Hello Saberland prop people, this is Scott JUA from Crucible Custom Props. So this came to me to build, and this is a Korbanth Mace Windu 3 or MW3 Mace Windu. As you guys know, or probably know, the Korbanth version, the Parks made Korbanth version, is much smaller than the actual prop dimensions. It is super small. This is a cram foo session, and the way Parks designed it is with his 3/4 inch tube that goes throughout the entire saber, and everything else is kind of put on around that. First of all, it was already put together from him as a prop, and when he does those, he super glues parts and puts them on kind of permanently. So it was kind of a challenge to get it apart without damaging anything, and get everything check it out and see what would actually work and whatnot. I really wanted to do this as a 7/8 inch blade. I know Cal did that, but when I was looking, I don't know if his is made differently. When I was looking at it, boring that out to 7/8, let me just show you. This is a 7/8 inch blade, all right? So doing that would go pretty much to the very edges of this bevel right here. And what that does is it takes away the ability for this this crown to its press fit inside the steel, this part of the lightsaber. It's press fit into that. As you can see, there's a lip right there inside. So what I did instead was I knew 3/4 inch blade was probably going to be the best way to go, but that just means everything else had to be machined around that to fit in. So a tri-rebel doesn't fit in 3/4 inch without it being shaved down. So what I did was I laid down a custom saber shop copper heatsink with the tri-rebel on it, and the lens as well was laid down very slightly, just so everything just slips right in and fits in. It was delicate work, but it got worked out. So we got a tri-rebel royal blue, red, and green in there. For the mix of purple and the green would be the flash and clash, but when it is mixed together, you don't have any control over how it's mixed on the Nano. It just mixes. It comes out as a nice white flash on clash, so it worked out really well. So it's a Nano Biscotti version 2, so it's a single button, which is great because I don't know where I'd fit another switch really in there. And as a matter of fact, you probably wouldn't fit any larger board really unless you did a 3.7 volt hack, and did some machining to get Petit Crouton or Crystal Focus to fit in there. And you'd really, it's not necessary. I'm kind of over the super features of some of the big boards. I like the sensitivity of Crystal Focus, but I don't really care much for color changing these days. So my tastes have changed in Saber, so I'm kind of partial to very simple with good sounds and good sensitivity. And the Nano is one of the best boards, cost effective, does what it needs to do for me to have fun with it. That all aside, it did leave me to get, it was kind of a challenge to fit everything in here. The way the grip part is, it's a giant injection molded piece of plastic. I mean, it's thick. It's about a little over 1/4 inch thick. And that's how that is. So I have a tactile switch right here. I've got a custom SaberShot 20mm 3-watt speaker here. Let me just get this off and show you that. So what I had to do there was just make a little, so this is, I wanted to use as much resonance as I could and get this loud, because this is meant to play with and, you know, be loud. So I bored that out, put a speaker in here, and there's really nothing to it. It's kind of hard to do with one hand since I'm taking a video, but what you really do is just shake it and it'll come. I just hit the button. It's much louder than that, but it's very loosely in there. I had to machine some clearance out so that this would fit. You have your recharge port access. Whoops, I've twisted that up a bit. You have your recharge port access right here. Your SD card is very hard to get to, and everything is very tightly packed. So the owner, I advised him of this, and I have put the fonts on that he wants, so there really is no need to get in there a lot. Other than charging it is all you have to do. And that just gently sits there. And the way this is it seems to be tailor-made for this. This way we have it nice and loud. I don't know if you can see down in there, but this sits perfectly over the speaker, so it holds it in place and makes it quite loud. Let me stick, I only have a piece of blade stock, 3/4 inch blade stock that I use for testing. I don't really have anything full blade. You got your set screw here. Tighten it down. Okay, and your activation switch. So it's much louder when you have that resonance. It's got that nice white flashing, clashing with that royal blue and red. We got a really nice purple. So I think it looks great. Nice and loud. You got your switch there, it's easy to get to.
In the name of the Galactic Senate of the Republic, you're under arrest, Chancellor.
For your second font. So there she is. Press and hold, turns off.
This party's over.
Press and hold goes back to your other font, and you've got some Mace Windu-ish. Now this is daylight, so it's actually really bright. Pretty cool. So I'm glad I didn't have to do anything as far as compromising the structure or the strength of like the blade holder and everything. I wanted to make sure to keep that so it's nice and strong, and everything's tight, everything's good, strong. We got a nice loud sound with it. Everything worked out pretty good. The SD card is hard to get to. In fact, I would recommend not getting to it unless you just have to change the fonts. But other than that, it's should be good to go and shouldn't have any problems. All right, so that's it. And no, I will not be doing any of these again. This one was kind of a pain, and I don't, even though I know how to do it now, I don't want to do it ever again. So anybody who wants me to do one of these, no, thank you. I will wait or encourage Parks and Randy at Korbanth to have this redesigned to 7/8 blade and actual prop accurate size, which would be a little bit bigger and better for everybody. I don't know if that'll ever happen in the future, but you know, maybe in a year or two time, who knows? They've got some other runs going on with some really cool things going on for everybody. So once those are wrapped up, who knows? Maybe this can be a topic of discussion. But as for me converting one of these again, no, thank you.